You can't measure a relationship based on how it was when everything was going great. I have so many women come to me after a breakup or after the end of a situationship, and they are desperate to get things back on track. And they say, Sabrina, everything was so great and we could be so great together and it could be so perfect. Well, if that's the case, then what went wrong? Why aren't you together? Well, we started having issues and maybe I was a little too needy and he got a little too stressed, whatever it is. But here's the thing, you're looking at the wrong thing here. You can't look at what it was like when everything was perfect because that's not the reality. The equivalent would be me telling you guys, do you know that I am the perfect mother? I am literally the perfect mother. When my kids are behaving and when everybody's listening and when I only need to say things once and they're all getting along, I'm the best. But that's not the reality of the situation. That's the situation some of the time. The real test of how I am as a mother is what does it look like when everything's off the rails, when everyone's screaming and everyone's fighting and nobody's listening? Then how do I parent? Then how do I engage with my kids? That's what you need to look at. The same is true in relationships. It's easy for him to be the perfect boyfriend when you're being the perfect girlfriend, when you are just go with the flow, so chill, when you don't have any needs that are in conflict with what he needs. Then everything's great. But that's not the reality of the situation. The reality is, what does it look like when I need something from him that's a little inconvenient? What does it look like when we have a clash, when we have a disagreement? What does it look like when I'm not on my best behavior? How does he react? How do we communicate? How do we engage with each other? How do we hear each other out? How do we empathize with one another? That's how you know where your relationship stands and how strong your relationship is. So you can't just hold on to the idealized memories of how it could be. You have to look at the whole picture because that is the truth of your relationship. If all you have is the potential of how good things could be, as long as you are, absolutely perfect, don't make any mistakes, don't step out of bounds, then this relationship is not worth hanging on to. I hope this was helpful and make sure to follow me for more.